Guys, I am going to start the video. Hi, I'm Shauna, and I am doing a video today on dating. Okay, and the dating is going to be the main topic is going to be how to identify what you want and what you don't want in a relationship. Okay, and literally going from the start of things, when we talk about what we don't want in a relationship, how do we even know what that list looks like unless we figure out what we do want, right? So, and I am 46 years old, and I have literally, I had, you know, little lists here and there. Like in my 20s, I'd say, oh, I want somebody to walk hand in hand with me into the future, side by side. I'm such a hopeless romantic, right? But none of the other qualities or characteristics of what would really make me happy in a relationship were even on the list. Why? Well, I can tell you why is because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I loved. I didn't value myself. It all boils down to self-love. So when we're going to talk about how to start all over, let's just erase the board and start completely over, no matter what age you are. I don't care if you're 15, lucky you, you're going to start this fresh. If you're 20, let's start it before you start hitting those bars. If you're 30 and you're ready to start a family, then this video is going to be more important for you, especially if you haven't found Mr. Right yet or Mrs. Right, right? So we're going to start at the very, very beginning. And I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory about how this whole dating started and why the divorce rate is so high. And if somebody wants to question my experience there, I can tell you I've been married 4 times legally, technically 3 times because one of them was annulled. And it really got to the point where I realized for myself that marriage wasn't for me. And that's not true. Nobody is supposed to be alone. We are human beings, and we are born into this physical embodiment to literally have self-love, unconditional self-love for who we are on the inside, every aspect of who we are on the inside. And we're supposed to be happy. Now, if you're single and you're a perpetual bachelor or bachelorette, I can tell you you're kidding yourself, because nobody on the planet is meant to go through their golden years alone. They're not supposed to raise children alone. They're not supposed to be alone in their little corner of the earth. They're not supposed to grow old alone, and they're certainly not supposed to die alone. So where is the disconnect, and why is the divorce rate so high? And aside from the fact that I am more than qualified to tell you all about this dating thing on this relationship platform of learning called R Squared, because we're going to start at the very beginning, and we're going to start with how your mom and your dad, if you were raised by both of those parents, or if you were raised in foster homes with foster parents, or an auntie or an uncle or a grandparent, it doesn't matter. So we're going to call the people that raised you your guardians, okay? So when you are born, from even before you're born, this is getting a little technical beforehand, so I'm just going to give it to you. While you're in the mother's womb, you are literally learning the energy and collecting on the energy that is outside of the womb. So if your mother was a teen mother, your biological mother was a teen mom, and she's very stressed, and she comes from a very, I'm just going to use an example, not so peaceful environment, then the energies on her external body is coming inside of the womb and already planting the seeds in your body before you're even born. Okay. So at fast forward 1 year, you're a happy little toddler. You're just learning to walk. But in that 1 year, you were adopted by your new mom and dad, and or mom and mom, or dad and dad, however you were adopted. And you are now learning their family cycle and what their beliefs are and their values and their parenting style. And you're literally taking on their energetic field. So from a child in that scenario that was adopted, they're already launched into the world, not even 1 year old, energetically confused, because what they were infused with in the womb versus what they're infused with in the home of their guardians is contradictory. It's contradicting itself. So the energy is, it's not what they were learning in the womb. It's completely different. So they're already starting their life out confused. Now, back it up a little bit. Let's just start from the day you were born and move it forward 5 years. The day you were born, you don't remember the day you were born. Some of you do, but let's just, for the sake of statistics, the majority of people do not remember the day they were born, okay? So what happens on the day you were born? Mom has a bag, dad has a bag, or mom, dad, mom, dad, okay? There's a bag there for each guardian, all right? And the second that your ears and your eyes hit guardian 1 and guardian 2, you are literally starting to collect their rocks. We're going to call them rocks, okay? So mom has certain beliefs, or guardian 1 has certain beliefs about how, you should be cared for in the hospital. I'll give you an example. If guardian 1 doesn't believe in circumcision and guardian 2 believes in circumcision, certainly we would hope they've had this conversation before you were born, but let's just say they were teen, guardian 1 and guardian 2, and really didn't have this conversation, okay? Maybe younger, or, late teens, early 20s, and they didn't really talk about it. And then boom, you're a boy, and maybe the sex was a surprise as well. They didn't even know they were having a boy, okay? So it's not like they could have done their research in advance. I digress. All right, so now there's an argument already that your little tiny infant ears are listening to about whether or not it is okay to circumcise you, okay? So fast forward 5 years, now we're playground kindergarten, and let's just say the parent that did not believe in circumcision wins the battle. Well, now, once you start being socialized with other kids of the same sex, you start realizing, and maybe it's not 5 years old, it could be 10, 12, 15, all the way through adolescence, you realize that your genitals are completely different than most of your friends. Well, what does this do to your psychological state of mind? Now, all of a sudden, you think you're different when you're not. You think there's something wrong with you when you're not. Maybe there are certain aspects of the community and the teens and the community that you live in that all believe in circumcision. and there might be some mean girls in the crowd, right? So now you have a situation where you don't even feel confident in your sexuality, right? And your private parts and your most intimate aspects of self. All right, so this is where I can get very, very clear with you. Sorry, let me take a drink of water. on what it means to have a list, okay? To really know in your when you start dating why a list is important in the first place, okay? Obviously, what's obvious is obvious, that you have some criteria for selecting your romantic partners. Clear. That's really not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a bigger picture than that. Because obviously, when you're let's fast forward birth to 15. Now you've got your mom's rocks and your dad's rocks, or parent one, parent two, guardian one, guardian two. Their bag of rocks are now inside of your bag of rocks. Okay, so from the day that you were born, you're born with this empty bag. Parent one starts putting rocks in, parent two starts putting rocks in. Now what are these rocks? These rocks are literally parent one's beliefs, parent two beliefs. Where did they get their rocks? Well, they got their rocks the same way you're getting your rocks, which is from birth, from their mom and dad, or their parent one and parent two, and so on and so forth. So maybe everybody at the beginning of the planet, the beginning of humankind, had all black rocks, and then over time they got colored, and some of them look like rainbows and some of them look marbled. Those are the stains of the centuries and centuries of your family cycle, just to put it in a visualization for you. Okay, so moving to age 15. Now that we understand the rocks concept, I don't know why that took me so long to get out, but let's start at age 15. So typically, the human mind, especially in adolescence, but starting from age 5, when they start kindergarten, okay, Maslow's hierarchy of needs always has the word acceptance in its right in the middle of that triangle, okay? If you Google Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you will see acceptance right in the middle of the triangle. So that makes sense, right? Because adolescence is in the middle of birth to adult, right? So if you were going to put age groups on that triangle, obviously the middle is what we're talking about when we're talking about social acceptance. Okay, so social acceptance from a 15-year-old, they want to be accepted by their peers. They want to be accepted by their friends. They want to be attracted to the whatever sex they're attracted to. They want to be attractive for that sex, right? They want to have, they're starting in the world of middle and high school, and they're starting to create a name for themselves. So they're starting to find out who they are and their how they identify with themselves. Like, for example, I was always known as the loyal friend, or the friend that would stick up for the person that was being bullied, the one that stood up for something, the one that if I was going to be argumentative with a person of authority, I would come at them full blown, like citing laws and stuff. Like I would be the one that would be like the mouth dropper. Everybody would be like, whoa, Seanna got that guy, like, but I started out in a certain phase of who I really was, just like I'm here right now, teaching videos and being real, right? A certain phase of who I was, with all of my parents' rocks in my bag. So it took me until age 43, 45 before I realized, what's this? That's not my rock. Throw it. What's that? Oh, that's not mine either. Throw that rock. And then, oh, look. Oh, I don't know where this rock came from, but it's not mine either. And now what's left in my bag are my rocks. And I'm looking at my rocks like, I feel so void. I didn't even know that I liked that. I'll give you an example. all my life, I've always told all my friends, my family, my employees, my coworkers, anybody that I hated shopping. When I went out shopping with my friends, I'd be like, oh, come on, please come on. I hated window shopping. I hated shopping for myself. As an example, I literally gave some girls on my real estate team my debit card when I was pregnant and asked them to go to the mall and go shopping for maternity clothes for me. I absolutely hated shopping. At least I thought I did. But really, I love shopping. But because I experienced a level of financial abuse all of my life, I did not feel worthy of shopping. So I didn't feel worthy of spending my own money on myself. Even if it was a gift scenario, if somebody were to buy me an expensive gift, I would be so uncomfortable. And it's happened. I was dating a guy that bought me a very, very beautiful watch and earrings, and they were gorgeous. And it was the most expensive, lavish gift I've ever had given to me. Even my own engagement rings I bought, but they weren't a gift, right? I just felt totally out of my own skin receiving anything that would demonstrate my worth. If that's not crazy. So, okay, taking that information, I'm looking at my rock that says, you love to shop. I'm like, no, I don't. So I start investigating. And then I go on a journey of self-love and self-healing. And when I say self-love, I'm not talking about being conceited or, oh, I love myself or grandiose in any way. That's super narcissistic. I'm talking about loving who I am so much that I would never, ever, ever settle for a person ever again that does not meet the things on my list, the criteria on my list. So when you're dating somebody at 15, you really don't know who they are because they're still learning who they are, right? So getting married and having children at 15 is really, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but I'm saying you shouldn't do it. Okay? Because it's too young. You don't know who you are. You're not fully you're not realized. You're not self-realized. You don't know which rocks are parent one and parent two and which rocks are yours at 15. In fact, you don't even know that you have a bag of rocks unless somebody shares this video with you. And now you know you have a bag of rocks. Which ones are yours? Which ones are mom's? Which ones are dad's, or dad, and mom, whatever, right? So when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, let's just take it up to 25, okay? It's like secretive. You don't really know who you are yet. So asking anybody of a romantic interest to love you when you don't even know who you are yet is pretty rude. I don't know the word for it, but it's premature, if you will. So the human brain, and you could Google this on any platform, ask Siri, ask Alexa, do whatever you got to do. But the age of the human person when the brain is fully developed is 26, which is why I took it from 15 to 25. That decade inside there, you learn who you are, you learn what you like, you learn what you don't like. Now, if you're not aware that your bag has rocks in there from parents, then what you like and what you don't like is still going to be confused. It's distorted. It's your distorted self, if that helps. It's so funny because my baby brother used to have a band called Distorted Self-Image. And it, like, made me go, that's interesting. That was years ago, way before I realized I was carrying rocks that weren't mine. Okay. So let's move it up a little more and let's go from age 25 to 30. Now, what are we talking about? Now we have a fully grown human brain, fully developed, and we're still trying to figure out who we are. Okay. And the reason why we're still a little confused, maybe some of you think you know who you are, but I'll give you an example. When you wake up on Sunday morning and you go wherever you go, with or without your family, whether it's to church, to the golf course, to the grocery store, to buy all of the ingredients for Sunday dinner, or wherever you go on Sunday morning. We're just going to use that day right now. Okay. What aspects of that daily routine are really yours? Did you choose the religion that you were born into? Did you choose what foods that you absolutely love or believe it's a good thing to do on Sunday or eat on Sunday? Or was it something that maybe your mom did or your dad did, or your dad, my mom, okay? Like if it's a tradition in your family, and I'm not here to kill tradition, but if it's a tradition in your family to eat seafood on Sundays or not eat meat on Good Friday, for example, okay? And you take it and you move it forward to not to eat seafood on Sunday and not eat meat on Good Friday because it was rocks, because that's the tradition of your family. Or even have turkey on Thanksgiving because it was the tradition of your family. Well, you know, maybe fast forward, you're 45 and none of your kids like turkey. Why are you making a turkey if none of your children like turkey? Okay. Is it family tradition? That's mom's rocks, dad's rock, grandmom's rocks, great grandmom's rocks. Everybody's been making turkey for 37 generations. Shauna, you have to have turkey on Thanksgiving. No, I don't. I don't have to have turkey on Thanksgiving. I can have lasagna. I could have lobster tail. I could have shrimp. I could just eat pasta. Hey, why don't everybody come over and we'll have cheesecake for dinner? Okay. It's totally cool if I feel like making turkey and I love turkey and I'm doing it because my kids love the turkey that I make or whatever the case may be. You get the point. You're bringing on things into your future life that may not even be what you like. So, learning who you are, what you like and don't like, when your goals should be met. For example, the when of this scenario would be, I don't want to get married before I'm 25. I don't want to have children before I'm 30. I don't want to have children after 40. So you know that the when matters. You better have a plan in place to have that family between 30 and 40, right? So what if you're 30 and your father's Catholic and your mother's Catholic or Baptist or something, and it would be a total disgrace if you got pregnant before you were married? So what do? Catholics don't believe in abortion or divorce. But you know, this person that you're about to have a baby with doesn't meet anything on your list. Do you marry them? I'm not by any means saying have an abortion. The question is marriage. Do you marry them because your father's Catholic and you're pregnant? Whose rock is that? Is that your rock? Is that mom's rock? Dad's rock? Whose rock is that? So the when you want to start a family or when you want to, graduate from college, buy a house, or when you want to, if you want to go to college at all, that's another rock. Do you want to go to college? If you don't want to go to college, Whose rock is making you go to college? Is it your rock? Then go. Be 100 in that college, okay? Is it dad's rock, mom's rock, grandma's rock, great-grandmom's rock? If it's not your rock, don't go to college. It's that simple, okay? And I'm not here to create a whole bunch of ripples in your family. And if your mom and dad watch this video and they're like, oh, don't listen to that Seanna girl, she's crazy. Well, I can tell you from the outside looking in, nobody likes change. Change is very resistant. And whatever resists persists, of course. And if you manifest into your world drama or allow that drama into your world, like you are literally living in fear on whether or not you should live into your true authentic self and wearing your own shoes out of fear over your family or communities or religious groups or peer social groups all accepting you, when really that's not even you. I'm going to say that again, just so it sinks in. You go from birth through your life wanting acceptance. You hopefully get the feeling of acceptance before the age of 20. Some children don't, and they're bullied their whole lives, but that's another video, okay? But you literally go your whole life looking for acceptance from mom and mom, dad and dad, mom and dad, grandmom, granddad, your social spheres. If you live on, a certain area of the town and there's a certain level of income that matters and a certain level of education that matters and a certain level of style that matters, certain level of, like, if you don't like gold and diamonds, you would prefer costume jewelry from the Walmart because it's more affordable and it has more colors to it and it's just you more. And you can't afford the real version of that dangly earring with all those stones, right? Do you not wear what you want to wear in that community at that restaurant because everybody will notice that you're wearing costume jewelry? Acceptance. That's exactly what we're talking about here. So if you go your entire life and you're looking for acceptance and you find out at age 40 or whatever age you are right now in this video that you are reaching self-actualization because you got it going on. You're popular in your city, you're successful in your career, you have lots of good friends, and your income is at par, and you sit in the chair with your shoulders back, and you know how to set a table and use the formal sitting, okay? And you use napkins, cloth napkins, and your etiquette is perfect for your social group. But then you find out that they just accepted your centuries and centuries of rocks. They didn't really accept you. Now what? Why didn't they accept you? That is an aha moment that is it's very painful. It's an aha moment that everything it's like the Truman Show. If you've never watched that show, that movie, please rent the Truman Show with Jim Carrey. That is literally life. You're living a lie when you are trying to reach acceptance and you're not even trying to reach the acceptance of who you really are. Now, parents, I'm going to throw this out there for you. You must accept your children for who they are, not who you want them to be. I'm going to say it again. You must accept your children for who they are, not who you want them to be. Because all you're doing is you're making their friends and their future husband or wife and their future social groups accept you. They don't even know who little Johnny is. And Johnny doesn't even know who little Johnny is. That is what R squared is about. We are going to go over any possible scenario in relationships. For the dating one, we're going to do singles, married, it's complicated. We're going to do divorced, separated, domestic violence. We're going to do literally a course for everyone in this platform. And I cannot express how excited I am to do it for you. So we're going to find out who you are. That is the epic question, right? The very first lesson in this class on dating is we're going to find out who you are. Are you ready to find out who you are? Because I'm ready to accept you 1,000%, unconditionally accept you for who you are, not who you were raised by. Are you ready? I'm ready. Follow me on the inside. Bye.